Hi, this is Raj Kumar Wal, and in today's video, I'm going to share my perspective when it's come to chasing our dreams or chasing our passion project. Because ultimately, a lot of people are setting the goals and having the resolutions while at the end of the year, and we ultimately most of the people are by survey by most of the people 80% of the people is not continue with the resolution, and ultimately they going back to the old self or the old lifestyle, the old habit. So even when it's come to chasing our dreams or working on our own curious or working on our own passion project, there are a few principle and set of philosophy or ideology has been proposed by the great people that is going to help us in our journey. So I would like to share a few of them, which is I realize that this is the thing that it can going to help us. There is a 1.5 month still is remaining. So unless instead of waiting for the right moment or the right time to start with on our passion project or our dream project or the dream work or dream job, whatever it makes you fulfilling, meaningful or matterful to us, and instead of waiting to the last moment or the perfect time, because there is no perfect time at all. The world is already the uncertain, entropy is always there. So without wasting a time, I'm going to share 10 principles or 10 concepts that is going to help in making momentum and creating building some starting steps. So by reliving on that and following through that, it is going to help us move forward at all. The first thing is I would like to share is that whenever it's come to chasing our dream, it requires a lot of effort, a lot of willpower, a lot of our attention out of our daily obligations, and that is come from the real fun. If we are not have a fun, then it going to require a lot of energy and motivation to start on the take action or the work on our resolution or the goals, no matter goals, where is the life area, health, wealth, relationship, making money, side project or the coaching, consulting, or any kind of business or the endeavor. So and the fun, the realization of fun is the type of or the way of being aware of our body, because whenever we really truly get engrossed in and it is coming from our heart or from our mind itself, then it is a really fun and our body is responding while doing that act. Out of other than this task or the work is obviously not the involved in the our present project. Number two is environment matter the most. Even in the epigenetic study, it been shown that the triggers coming from surrounding our environment, where we living, where we working, where we taking sleep, where we exercising, where we doing whatever we doing in order to take output of that. Then if the environment is not conducive, then the stepping stones or the working efforts is not going to make us fun or make us excitement at all. So how to make this environment conducive? We have to set environment but deliberately which is conducive to our task or our act or our work, which is going to give us the edge in our stepping stone of our dream. The third thing, doing the things very fast. We always judging our actions, we judging our strategy, we judging with the tools or the technology or the or guidance or the expert advice, whatever, we always judging through our logical mind. And sometimes logical mind, though it is a good, but most of the time logical mind is not going to help you. So instead of emphasis or focusing more on the our logical mind or the step by step or the data or the facts, though it is a good, though it is the initially it is a good for us, but investing time too much on that logical judgment is never going to help us. So instead of that, we have to move fast, we have to do fast, so that we can work on the bare minimum steps or the bare minimum resources, which will going to give us a more edge on working in our steps. And main doing as much as we have to do where we can do or we can act as much as possible throughout the day, no matter what the case or what the scenario may be. Sometimes it is very scary, sometimes we are not fit, sometimes we are so much have a demanding commitment or the demanding to-do list, sometimes it is too much to do, but it is a form of extension of our workouts. So and setting priority on the main thing is the key area or the key thing we have to put attention on, because if we caught in the dilemma of what to choose or what to not choose, then this will going to manipulate us in different way and going to distract us and wasting our highest energy when we are actually in a mood or in an environment to execute our task. And so set the priorities for the any demanding task or the any given activity. And another thing is to take a build momentum, we should take some kind of addiction instead of bad addictions or the bad habit or the our behavior habit or our speaking habit or our way of doing work habit. Out of that all habits, because always a fitness habit or the or athletic kind of activity like walking or cycling or homemade any exercise is it is the crucial key addiction to have when working on our dream, because this will bring us the extra sense of fulfillment and inner enjoyment while doing our work. And not necessarily that it is a specific kind of cardio or the any gut or like anything that, but we have to make addiction physical activity as a addiction like our any other addiction, which is we can't wait to have it. And the another thing is that we must have to learn how to meditate. There is lots of thousands of books and apps and gurus are telling to how to meditate, but actually there is a more kind of dopamine driven or more kind of strategically provided in terms of our eyes, and we always put ourselves in a dilemma that which is actually right one or wrong one. Because I remember during my fourth grade when I was 9 to 10 year old, at that time I had a opportunity to do the meditation in a vipassana, which is only focusing on the our way of breathing, normal breathing, and focusing on that, concentrating on that, feeling the our breath, which breath is active or where it is touching, or even it is a very simple thing. So we must cultivate the habit of the meditation every day. Next thing is that doing the things that is energizing. Wasting time is depressing, because we always get depressed or the get having a feeling of guilt or the shame or the embarrassment or sense of urgency or the sense of like regret. It is all are the slowing factors, and instead of dwelling on that, if we focus on the moving factors or the domino building activities, that is going to extra edge on our taking action as well. And memorize the words or memorize some kind of phrase or the poems or some famous quote which is lot very means which can be very much important us while we are taking conversation in with ourselves. And for that I remember during my 10th grade, one of my teacher was language teacher who told us that Charaivati Madhu Vindate. It means that if we try, if we are moving, and we can eventually get the sweet or eventually get the result. And this is the one sutra or the one slok is I am remembering always myself. I am using in my conversation in every aspect of my life, and now I understand the meaning of that. Instead of slowing down, instead of not moving in our area and working on that, is going to give us the power to for that. So these are the few concept or the few principles I can say that, and which is so much helpful, and I am working on that gradually with my challenge, and it is really helping me to learn fast, do better, and creating the result what I want to create the result in upcoming times within 180 days of the framework or whatever the goal it may be. So, and create the most thing, create the some sense of urgency, because we as a human tendency we will not work unless and until there is some kind of pressure or the urgency, and we end up by thinking this urgency or the deadline is a factor of creating the stress on us. But this urgency, if taken in the positively way, it will helping us to act out of our obligation, out of our belief, out of our comfort zone, out of our perception of executing it and experiencing it and creating throughout this whole process. So this is the 10 concept principles is all about, which is I have learned and I have doing on the same time, and it is helping me to do the same. Thanks.